Is your microphone thingy allowed on?
Can you not hear it? All right, we are going to do the deposition lab, just a quick video to go along with this lab. So like all the other labs you've done, you are going to read the reading, answer the checkpoint questions, and then you get to the experiment. In the experiment here, normally what we would have you do is we would have you drop a bunch of beads in, like it says a student dropped beads of various sizes into a tube of water and observe the time it took for these beads to settle to the bottom. You completed 3 trials with each bead and recorded the settling times on the data table below. So what Mr. Meek and I decided is this lab was too full of places where students could make mistakes. So it wasn't worth having you do your own timing. So we gave you all the data. I just want to show you that we weren't crazy when we came up with the data. So for experiment 1, we were dropping different size beads. So I had a 10 millimeter, a 30, and a 50 millimeter bead. So here I have a small, or not, all right. I have a small bead and a medium sized bead and a large bead. So 3 different size beads. And we're going to drop them in the water and you'll see which one settles out first. Again, they're on the data table. I already recorded all of this for you. So I'm just going to drop them in all at the same time if I can manage, and you'll see which one settles to the bottom first. So as you can see these, hopefully you can see the big, oh, and we had a small problem. I must have dropped. Let's try that one again. So we'll just go with small and big and medium this time. And you can see that the big bead is way faster than the smaller bead. So again, all that data is recorded there in experiment 1 for you. Now experiment 2 does the same thing, but with a flattened bead, a semi-flattened bead, and a completely round bead. So I'm going to drop all 3 of these in at the same time, and hopefully this works out better than the last one. Yep, round, oval, and here comes the flat. So the flat one takes longer to settle than the round one. Then finally, the last experiment was for density. So I have a metal ball here, a plastic ball, and one of the clay balls. And I actually think for this one, I'm just going to do the plastic and the metal. And you'll see on the lab, I gave you a bunch of different types of materials, but for this experiment, we're just going to use the 2. So the metal is way more dense than the plastic. I'll drop those 2 in, and you probably even missed that. The metal one's already at the bottom, and here comes the plastic one. So again, that's all that I would demonstrate for this lab, and you'll just go ahead and answer the questions and do the graphing that this lab asks for. And that's it. Let me know if you have any questions.